This is Tina Evans and Phill Grove.
Hi, Phil. Glad to see you today. And I was wondering what strategies you have in the market today to help homeowners that are in trouble.
Well, you know, the most common thing going on right now is there's literally millions of people that have little, no, or negative equity, and that's simply because prices of homes over the last 8 years have fundamentally declined. So whatever equity they had is probably gone. There's a lot of people underwater, and if somebody owns a house and they have little, no, or negative equity, they don't have very many good choices. They would literally have to come to the table with money when they sell their house. And a lot of people don't even have any money to come to the table with. So you've got literally millions of people with little, no, or negative equity that need to sell their homes. They don't have the money to be able to pay to sell their homes. So they're looking for ways out of this very difficult situation. And there's not very many good options. They could do a foreclosure, but that's the atomic bomb of credit scars. It's a 10-year nightmare. They could do bringing money to the table, but they might have to bring $20 or $30 or $40 or $50,000 to the table that they don't have. But the solution that I think is working really well right now is they can take their mortgage payments and they can assign those payments to a buyer that can't get loans. Because lending standards have changed so dramatically, there's 82 million people that used to be qualified for mortgages that are no longer qualified for mortgages. So a seller today can take their property and deed it over to a buyer, and they can take their mortgage payments and they can legally assign the responsibility for making those mortgage payments over to a buyer who can't get a loan in today's market. So it solves the seller's problem of being able to sell a house with little, no, or negative equity. They can sell it in weeks, not months, and they don't have to bring any money to the table. It doesn't hurt their credit, and it solves the buyer's problem of being able to buy a property even if they can't get a loan in today's difficult lending environment.
That sounds like it's a win-win-win-win situation.
It's a win-win-win-win, and obviously if you help put them together, and I know you've done this with people, then it solves their problem, the seller, the buyer, and you can make some money for putting the deal together.
In the neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely.